My mom has severe pelvic organ prolapse. That I discovered it was kind of traumatic because her insides are outside. And because of her dementia, I don't have access to her story. All right, here we go. We're getting personal. On July 18th is my surgery. And it's not just one surgery, it's 4 surgeries. Hysterectomy, appendectomy, my ovaries removed, and my bladder, I guess, put back where it's supposed to be or in a better place or something, because my bladder is actually the organ that is prolapsing for me, which means it's coming out of my body via my vagina. Too much information probably, but not enough if you happen to need that information. So yeah, it's a lot. And while a part of me is really nervous to talk about it, another part of me knows that I need to, because too many women go through things like this quietly and in the dark, and I'm done being quiet. So let me give you a little background and a little context. This surgery is complex enough that I have 3 different surgeons coming together in the same room, probably not at the same time, but in the same slot. 3 surgeries, or yeah, 3 surgeons, same surgery. We opted for this because to minimize the risks associated with going under anesthesia multiple times. So one thing that's happening, my bladder is being anchored for pelvic support, and the appendix is coming out because during a random colonoscopy, we found polyps on my appendix, and that has to come out now. So I said, hey, scheduled for a hysterectomy, why not make it a party? So I'll be doing a bowel prep for this surgery, which normally if you're having a hysterectomy, you don't have to do a bowel prep, but I have to do one for this because when we remove the appendix, they're going to be putting a clamp on the bowels, and there's always the chance of it opening, and we want everything to be clean and minimize the risk of infection. That with this surgery, I will be putting myself in instant surgical menopause, and I'm already in menopause, so what that means really isn't that dramatic, but there probably is still some estrogen being produced. And my main surgeon, while he is highly recommended and one of the best, he's not a hormone replacement therapy believer. And I want to address hormone replacement therapy because the more that I'm learning, my future may depend on some hormonal support at this point in my life. I'm still young enough. I'm 59, and I've been in menopause for about 6 years. So I'm still in that 10-year window. So the day before surgery, on the 17th, I have an appointment with a hormone specialist, a menopause specialist. So I'm kind of excited about that. But because of her waiting list, it was either that day or not until December or January. And I really didn't want to wait that length of time because I would have rather have started hormone therapy 5 years ago or more if I had known anything about it. But I want to go into this as informed as I can, and just I want to know as much as I can know going into this. And I want to know how I can support my body and my brain and my bones and my heart. And there's a whole other layer to all of this, one that's kind of emotional and heavy. My mom has severe pelvic organ prolapse, and I didn't learn about this until a few years ago when I became her primary caregiver when my dad passed away. And the first time that I discovered it was kind of traumatic because her insides are outside, and it terrified me. And because of her dementia, I don't have access to her story. I don't know, how this happened, when this happened, what symptoms she had, what treatments she had, if any, and I don't know what she was told. And the whole situation really breaks my heart because now I'm facing a similar situation and I want a different experience. I want a different ending. I want to say that I asked the questions, that I fought for the answers, and that I made informed decisions for her and for me. We deserve better support and better information and the chance to enter this chapter of our lives well informed. So I'll be sharing more in the days ahead, my appointment with the menopause specialist, my preparations, and what the healing process looks like after. Because healing's not just physical, not at all. It's emotional, it's communal, and it's generational.